We don't know where the next big idea is going to come from, but we are counting on trying to find that by looking for more than just one. We're not going to put all of our eggs in one basket. We're essentially crowdsourcing ideas. If you have the next great idea, we want that next great idea to be founded here and to grow here. The reason that we can support it is because this is a friendlier, more economically palatable, a cheaper area to do things than on the coast or in a lot of other places. We're centrally located. We have a lot of resources. We have, at this point, a good workforce. But the model of economic development that we're talking about requires us to understand what creative innovators need and want in order to settle. It used to be that when you got out of college with your BA degree, that you would go wherever there was a job and you would settle there. Now, you go wherever you want to live and you figure out what to do when you get there. Totally different shift. And while we need to focus on achieving a critical mass of creative innovators in our city, much like the days of jazz and jam sessions, we need to be confident that the best way to create a critical mass of innovative thinkers is to grow them right here at home. That's what we need to be doing. Everything doesn't need to be imported. Why would we doubt that? Charlie Parker was born here. Ewing Kauffman grew up in our neighborhoods. Barnett Hellsberg was 14 when he took over his father's jewelry shop. Henry Block and his brother developed an international tax service here. Tom McDonald grew his business here. Hallmark Cards grew up right here. Burns and McDonnell International Engineering Corporation right here. So why should we doubt that we have the stuff that is necessary to do it all over again? Also, don't forget Walt Disney, right here, Kansas City. But our belief requires a different view of economic development, what that means. It requires a view that recognizes that the investment in people is often more important than the investment in bricks and mortar. If we are to be a city that fully takes advantage of this moment, then we have to be a city that recognizes that nothing in this world currently happens without the proper education and skills to achieve. And I know, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of stepped into this education thing. Some people say I stepped off into a cliff. And I know that traditionally our mayors have not engaged in this conversation, and that's not a criticism, it's simply a recognition of what was. And what was that we had different structures, and this city has not been well served by silos. We have a police department that's run by the state. We have a school district that is independent of the city. And within the city, we have departments that have traditionally worked separately from one another. And if we have learned anything from this bad economy, we should have learned the value of collaboration and leveraging. The issue of education is such that although it is certainly not something enumerated in the Charter of Kansas City as a responsibility of the mayor, I would like for anybody to tell me of a duty I do have that is listed in the Charter that is not based in whole or in part or dependent on or affected by the quality of the education in this city.